Alright, we got a match against BeldumDarkrai from, I forgot where he's from. Well, anyway, I bring in Floatzel and he brings in that thing now. I'm gonna switch out because I'm predicting Thunderbolt, and it does happen. And he uses Shadow Ball now. That didn't do too much because, you know, Lantern is a beast. Always was. And he's gonna keep on using Shadow Ball. And I just served because I didn't Thunderbolt again because I wasn't sure if he had like Electivire or something. In comes Wifi now. Uses Shadow Claw, not really a big deal. I'm just gonna Thunderbolt it and I get the power hack. So that was actually kind of good for me later on. You'll see why later. Anyway, he brings in Dusknoir now. I think I went for Thunderbolt just to get some damage in. You know, why not? And I got to switch out. So, for some reason I was predicting Earthquake. I don't know why, but instead he uses Will-O-Wisp, and that really sucked. I should have just went to Suicune anyway, but no, I didn't. Anyway, since I'm realizing he's gonna use Ice Punch, I switch back to Lantern, but he's frozen. That sucks. And he's frozen more. Sucks. Ugh. And I thaw out and I use Toxic, but it misses. So that really sucked right there. Well, I'm just gonna Toxic again because I'm still not sure what he has. I mean, why not? But it missed anyway. So yeah. I switch out and I go back to that thing. Now I'm just gonna use it just to get some damage in. Why not? It doesn't need to get some damage in. Use Earthquake. It does 1/4. Considering he's burned, that's actually kinda good. Well, now I gotta switch out and I'm predicting the Bullet Punch again. So I go back to Floatzel. And it didn't do too much. So I'm gonna bulk up this turn, which I do. And I think I taunt here because I'm predicting Will-O-Wisp, but instead he uses Thunder Punch, and he gets a crit. Well, I guess that the freeze hacks made up for the power hacks I gave him, but whatever. I switch back to Lantern from Suicune because I was predicting Thunder Punch, and it happened. Now I'm just gonna Toxic again, and good. He brought in a Wall, which is a Spiritomb. Now I got to switch out. Not much I can do. So I go to B-Suite, and he gets burned. Well, he's already burned, so I just let him to die. And I bring in my Electabuzz for the safe switch-in so I can use Thunderbolt. Well, that did a lot. And he burns me, and right here I should have predicted the Sucker Punch. I should have went to Lucario, but no. Instead, I just let myself get Sucker Punch like an idiot, and that was my fault. So we both go down, and now is the perfect opportunity to bring in Lucario. In comes Dusknoir. Now I use Dark Pulse, and I think his Will-O-Wisp misses. That makes up for the crit he gave me on my Floatzel, so can't really say I'm getting more hacks than him. Anyway, it's just Dark Pulse, and I get a crit. That was actually needed. Wait, actually it didn't matter because I just would have finished it off anyway. Now I gotta switch out, predicting Earthquake. But instead he has Fire Fang. Not really big deal. Either way, I still took it. Thanks to Suicune. Now I use a Thunder Fang. And I Ice Beam it. And I wasn't sure if he had a Sash, but he did. So that kinda sucked. Now I have to switch out here. I was predicting the Thunder Punch again. I mean, the Thunder Fang again. So I went back to Lantern. That's the only reason. And this is another reason why I stayed in on Dusknoir. I could have went back to Lantern, but I didn't. I just wanted to get some additional damage so Lucario could set up a sweep and work his way from there. So I go to Lucario and he pain splits. Good move on his part. I should have known that, but oh well. It didn't really matter too much. So I Dark Pulse and it does a lot. And I think his will-o-wisp missed again. Anyway, in comes that thing. I Dark Pulse and it does a lot. So I'm gonna use one more Dark Pulse to finish it off. In comes Salamence. Now, not really a big deal. Just gonna Dark Pulse him as well. And yeah, sweep from here. So weaken out all his pokes. So good game, BeldumDarkrai.